Hi, I'm Leah Rice. I'm one of the dietitians and diabetes educators here at Mahaska Health, and today we're going to make a quinoa salad. Now, I don't know if you've ever tried quinoa before, but it is a whole grain and it's also a complete protein, so it has all the essential amino acids that animal protein has. So it's a great source of protein, fiber, and whole grains, especially for people that are following a vegetarian or vegan diet. Now, a couple things about quinoa. I used a tricolor quinoa here today just because I thought it would look prettier in this salad. Try quinoa different ways. Maybe try it warm, maybe try it cold. What we're doing today is a cold salad. So I pre-cooked the quinoa. I do find that it tastes a little bit better if you take the time to rinse it, and all the instructions on the bag will tell you to go ahead and rinse it first. So take that extra step, rinse it really good, and then I do think it tastes better if you cook it in a vegetable broth or chicken broth or beef broth. So this time I used a vegetable broth. And I have about 4 cups of cooked quinoa here. Now we're just going to dress this up a little bit. So we have some toasted walnuts. Now walnuts are a great source of omega-3 fatty acids, so we just chop those up. I used to think it was silly to toast nuts when it called for that in the recipe, and I skipped that step, but you're really missing that little extra layer of flavor by taking that time to do that. So I just put a drizzle of olive oil in the pan here and have the chopped walnuts. So I'm going to let those cook up while we're getting everything else together. So we're going to put in about 2 or 3 green onions, kind of however much onion your family likes. We like onions, so I'm going to get this chopped up and get this added. All right, so we're just going to scoop that onion in there. Got a few rogue pieces here. I'm kind of a messy cook. All right, so we got the green onions added. We'll just get that stirred in a little bit. I love green onions. They add such a nice flavor, and they add a nice color too. All right, next up we're going to chop some spinach. So about a cup of spinach, more or less, kind of whatever your preference is. Again, this is a really flexible salad. You can chop it as fine as you like, or if you like big chunks, just however you like it. You could also put kale in here if you prefer kale. I would pull the ribs out of the kale before you chop it and add it to the salad. You could pull the stems off the spinach if you wanted to, but I just chopped the whole thing up and put it in there. Use a big bowl when you're stirring it, because as you can tell, it kind of goes everywhere. So I think our walnuts are about done, so I'm going to get that turned off. Let those cool off for a little bit. All right, then we're going to add some dried cranberries. So when I'm buying dried cranberries, I always look for the ones that have the least amount of added sugar. You can always add more cranberries if you want to. So again, kind of play around with the salad. You'll see in the recipe that we have the nutrition information there. So anytime you add or subtract something, you're going to be changing that a little bit. But this is a great base to start with. And then we're going to add a little bit of feta cheese. I also think goat cheese would be really good in this. So if you prefer goat cheese, that would be a good addition. See, use a big bowl. See, now I've splattered like 3 times. Then I'm going to add some edamame. So try to find it shelled, because that's a lot less work for you. And then go ahead and steam it in the microwave for 4 or 5 minutes, and then let it cool off before you add it to the salad. I also thought if you didn't like edamame, you could leave that out. Or you could add some lima beans if your family would prefer those. So we'll just get that mixed up really good. The walnuts are cooled, so we'll add the walnuts. All right, so the last thing we're doing is we're going to mix up our salad dressing. So that's just going to be olive oil, balsamic vinegar, a couple tablespoons to each, a little bit of lemon juice, and then just salt and pepper to flavor. We're going to whisk that together. Now if you have a mason jar, you know, you could mix this up in a mason jar. And then you could just shake it, and that would give you a nice salad dressing too. Sometimes when I'm making this base for salad dressing, I like to add like Dijon mustard or a spicy mustard just for a little extra kick. I think that would be really good on this salad too. So we're just going to pour that in. So it's ready to eat now, but it would be better if you let it chill in the fridge for about an hour before serving. All right, so our salad is ready. Now, if you wanted this to be completely vegan or vegetarian, you could just leave out the cheese or add a vegetarian cheese. It is gluten-free, so it's good for people that are on a gluten-free diet. If your family wanted to have some protein with it, I think a piece of grilled chicken or grilled fish would go really good with this as a side. So I hope you guys try this. Thank you.